I'm Lincoln Damhurst here with Board Game Geek. I'm with David Esbrey, the designer of the game Fanhunter Urban Warfare from Devere Games. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about it?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about the game, but first, before getting into much detail of the actual gameplay, I will tell you a little bit of the setting and the background of this game,
Cool.
because at Devere we will be producing quite a few games in the Fanhunter range in the next few months/years. So essentially, that guy over there, he proclaimed himself Pope, and basically he's like a dictator, and he's trying to keep all the population of the world controlled by boring them to death.
Okay.
So he's banned everything that's cool, like comic books, games, music, cool movies, everything. All of that is banned. So essentially, like every time that there's a force like that, there's a reaction from the resistance. So all the nerds unite to fight the power back. So this is sort of a revolution of the nerds. And everything they know about guerrilla fighting or close combat, they learned by playing video games or Dungeons and Dragons or reading Spider-Man comics.
Neat.
So that is the setting of Fanhunter. And the police force, these guys over here, these are the Fanhunters.
Okay. They're great.
So, yeah.
Wow, the minis are spectacular.
Thank you very much.
Let's get some amazing shot here.
So the actual game, this is a player versus player board game with miniatures, in which players will be pitching one force against the other in a series of narrative scenarios that will be linked one next to the other. So we will start with
So it tells a story or something?
Yeah, actually it does tell a story. So the first one, it's basically a learn to game the game, learn to play the game, and then during the rest, the other 7 scenarios, the story progresses in a way that the previous scenario ended up will affect.
So it continues.
The
Yep.
next
Yep.
one.
Oh, well, so it has a legacy element.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Well,
So,
campaign element.
Yeah, it's more like a campaign element. The game is designed in a way that it's easy to access for people who's not very used to miniature games and this skirmish.
So simplified
games.
kind of combat.
Yeah.
Nice.
But also it's deep enough for more veteran players to enjoy the game. Actually, we're trying to give these veteran players all the tools they need in order to own the game, so they can design their own scenarios, set up their own forces, and play the game whichever way they want to play it.
Okay. So there's optional ways to play it, and you can probably amp up the difficulty if you want and things like that.
Yeah, it's just a matter of designing a scenario that suits your taste. But in any case, we will be feeding the website with new scenarios every now and then,
And
new
you'll be
options to
releasing
play.
new chains of scenarios, so a new campaign book essentially, or whatever.
Yeah, well, not necessarily a book, but for the moment we will see if PDFs does.
Okay.
And then, but of course, this game is thought out as being expandable.
Right.
So if the public likes the game, we will have new models and new adventures in the following years.
And it has their strengths.
Yeah, this is like the unit sheet. Every unit's going to have like a different thing.
Right.
As I said before, the simple rules are there. So you have a movement value, a range attack value, a close combat attack value, a defense value. But then you have the depth comes with the special abilities that each unit has,
Right.
and the way they interact with one another, the way they use the leader abilities, and the way they interact with the scenery on the board. So we hope to get a lot of bang for your buck in a game like this, because there's 8 scenarios for you to play on. There's a lot of replayability, and of course you can keep on going with your own designs on the game.
When is it going to be available? Is it going to just go directly to retail?
Yep. Yeah. This game, we will be launching it internationally at the UK Game Expo in Birmingham.
Yep.
And right after that at Origins in Columbus, Ohio, and of course at Gen Con.
Gen Con, right.
Yeah. We will try to be really noisy about it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm not kidding. These miniatures are great. Real fun kind of. Hey, look, he's got like the Ghostbusters spectral. I can't remember what they call
You
that.
got it,
PKE
yeah.
meter.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So because these are the nerds, so they have replicas of all of these
That is
cool
awesome.
stuff.
PKE meter. That's awesome. Took me a while to recall that one. Really fun. Well, cool. Thanks for showing it.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.